Because I think we're all on a journey, and I think sometimes from within the journey you can't see where you're going. You can't see what's ahead, and you certainly can't sometimes see your development and your unfolding. And so we can be discouraged. We can be discouraged that our life is not unfolding as it should. And somehow we, as human beings, are not unfolding. But transformation is happening all the time. And I think one of the things we need to do, one of the things I suggest you do, maybe not. One of the things I suggest you do is that you believe that it's working in your favor. That evolution is not only pushing you from behind in the form of matter seemingly wishing to unfold in an evolutionary way from hydrogen into neurons. Like that evolutionary push is happening. Let's, for the sake of our own peace of mind, imagine that there is something pulling you to a higher state of awareness. That consciousness, and this is just a choice because I don't think you can prove it, consciousness is king and matter is secondary. That what was before the Big Bang was consciousness, and what will be after all of this has extinguished itself is consciousness. And what is drawing, essentially pulling matter into form so that it can realize itself is consciousness. And this is just a thought you can think. I don't intend to prove it to you because I don't know how to prove it to you. But I think if you thought that thought, you could go through life with a little bit of more ease and grace than if you just feel like you're being pushed by the inevitable birth-death cycle. When you see the traumas of your life and the troubles and tribulations and all of that, you can just know that the train is coming to bring you home, that the whole of life is a train ride back toward conscious identification with itself. That consciousness seeing itself as itself is the whole game plan. The whole game plan from the Big Bang to the creation of your body with an enormous amount of neurons to form a network of information sharing enough that you can be aware at this level, and I say beyond this level to a level beyond normal consciousness. And that unfolding has reached this point, and you have all the mechanism, all the physical mechanism, a body and a brain, you have all of that sufficient for you to experience awareness as itself. Think about this. We as individualists, we as separate countries, separate cities, separate states, that sense of separateness, has just about run its natural course. And it has to have run its natural course because we've used up so much of the natural fuels on this planet that it's heating up to where if we don't act collectively, not just in our city, not just in our state, not just in our nation, if we don't act collectively as a human race, we will really make life difficult here. That's pretty obvious, right? But the identification with the whole hasn't really happened yet. But that is the evolutionary thing that's going to happen. And if you live long enough, you may become, in your own mind, a global citizen instead of an American or whatever nationality you claim at some point. And if it's not us, it will be our children. If not our children, our grandchildren. If not those, well, probably really bad news. We must become global citizens. We must treat everything we do as though it affects the world globally because it happens to do that. What Jesus is trying to say here to his disciples is that the thing you see in me is where you are. And if you will join me, if you'll really get drunk with this whole experience of waking up to your real nature, being really your whole self, then you can't even express it. But I express it to you this way. You're the thing you've been looking for. You're the source of your own. You're that thing that caused all this. You're that. So wake up to that. And if we do that, of course, I think we would treat each other as though we were friends and brothers, right? Anyway, we would be global citizens. We would act in such a way as that we could not condemn another. We would stop the whole judgment thing because we'd recognize from a very high level, from 10,000 feet, that all of this is working together for good, and we don't have to go about judging it and making big comments about who's good and who's bad, and which team are you on, right? That wouldn't be part of it. We'd be above that. We'd be a global citizen in the real sense that we would see the whole globe as a continuation of the divine, and every human being is one more shining example of the presence of God. Trust. It's happening. Believe and relax. Give it your best effort. See the world as unfolding for you rather than against you. Accept that there might be something more than matter to the universe, and that has your back, but not only has your back, it has your suspenders, and it's pulling you toward you. You're gonna get there, and it will not let go because it is you in action, and you are it. So, take the next step, surely. Be brave, be strong, be committed, be resourceful, disciplined when necessary, outrageously undisciplined when necessary. Who knows exactly the path for the other? And so don't judge the other's path. Just take your next step with faith and confidence. Life is unfolding and will never let you go. It can't. It is you.